I just want to say, getting into this video, the week begins on Sunday, April 6th, which is my birthday, and I'm turning 21 this year, so that is great news. I just wanted to announce that this week is my birthday week. So let's talk about the astrology for the week of April 6th through 12th, just before the full moon in Libra on the 13th, on that Sunday. But what we have going on the 6th is we have the sun in a beautiful sextile to Jupiter. In terms of a solar return chart for me, and I have a whole video about the solar return. You just maybe I'll link it down below, or you can go on YouTube and type in my name and type in solar return, and you should find a video which talks about what the solar return means. And so for me, this solar return is going to have the sun sextile Jupiter. So what does that mean? That my year is going to be probably filled with a lot of hope and optimism and also joy, which is something that on a soul level I'm really, really craving. But enough about me. Let's talk about what this energy means. It's talking about as I said before, we're feeling a greater sense of hope and a greater sense of happiness in our life. And so your positive thinking can attract good fortune to you. Law of attraction, positive thinking, positive thoughts attracts good and abundant things coming at you. So if you want to have more abundance in your life, try to be as abundant as you can with what you already have. And you will manifest more when you let go of the attachment to the form of the thing that you want and how you want it. Because the universe is wise and loving, and the universe has other plans for you that are for your highest good. The universe is always for your highest good, and the highest good of all. And so, the North Node's in Pisces right now, which talks about the saying of we make plans and God laughs. Virgo is the planner, where the South Node's in Virgo. I have to have my list. I have to be in control. I have to have a backup plan for the backup plan. And the North Node in Pisces is saying, no, you don't know that you are so small in a universe where there are forces of spirit that are orchestrating life, and it is about surrendering to your destiny, letting your life unfold as it may, and letting go of your ego attachment to the thing that you want in the form that you want it, and dropping into your intuition, tapping into your soul. So that is what we're being called to do during these 18 months when the North Node moves through Pisces up until July 26th of next year when the North Node moves back into Aquarius, which is a whole nother transit entirely. So this is also a good energy for achieving your goals. Really, really having the goals that you set out for yourself, whatever those goals are. This is great. This gives you a boost of energy and confidence to achieve your goals. It gives you a sense of optimism, like I can achieve this, I can do this. And with that sense of optimism, you go out and pursue your goals. Say you're writing a book, or you're launching a new job pad, or you are building a house, whatever it may be. These goals are very profitable for you. And they're also very ingenious for you. So when it comes to, achieving your goals, these things can be things that you want to manifest in your tangible reality, and you have the faith to do that. And so this is about growth and expansion, making it a great time to initiate new projects, to start something off the ground. At this time, Mercury is almost going to be direct by this, so you want to sort of slowly ease yourself into it rather than jumping full force into it because Mercury is still retrograde. what I really, really consider, really think critically, is what I'm starting going to serve me or not? And really, really thinking through and reviewing all the details of the thing that you want to start before you just launch into it. And then halfway into it, you're like, why did I start this thing? And you're feeling regret and all those emotions of feeling the remorse from starting something where that parachute is not in place for it to save you from drowning in the sea. So, um, we want to think about these things very critically, and that's what Mercury retrograde is still, a couple days shy of Mercury going direct is still trying to urge us to consider. So when it comes to this, also we have generosity as being our focal point. And we could say generosity for a number of people. Judges, court masters, police, bosses, any kind of authority figure that is in place in our life, government officials, we could see them being more generous, being more open, open and giving of what they have, of, all the things that they're trying to give and spread out in the world. Um, this is all about further education in long distance travel. So, learning, it's a great time to expand your mind, to expand what you already know, and learn new things, learn new subject matters, opening up your mind to learn, and going to places that are considered long distance travel destinations. Things initiated at this point with the help of Mercury retrograde, urging you to think carefully, think critically, will generally be very successful once you get it off the ground. And so your knowledge expands and your plans evolve when it comes to what you decide to initiate, what you decide to get going in your life. You can find that your knowledge of what you know grows and magnifies itself. And your plans start off very, very small, very, seeing on the end of your nose, being something very, very large that can serve humanity as a whole. That's the highest level that it can get to. It's probably not going to get to that level. Maybe it's to help a family member, a friend, a neighbor, your local town. Probably not the whole world, but making a difference and benefiting yourself and others equally. So this is good for socializing and making friends, great for getting social, great for meeting new people because we're feeling more extroverted. We're feeling more open-minded, open-hearted, more easily to open ourselves up to people, share our thoughts, share our feelings, and to really share our experiences also. To really have those very loose and open-ended conversations. So it's good for getting ourselves involved in groups also. This is good for outdoor exercise, um, outdoor adventure. This is good for outdoor adventures. So, getting into, the adventurous spirit of things, going on adventures, traveling in new places, exploring new destinations and situations of what we put ourselves in, really, really taking advantage of the energy to travel, to explore. All of that becomes very, very important for us now. This is also good for virtual meetings, virtually meeting new people, virtually engaging with them in very, very high level ways. Also, so both in-person groups and virtual groups can thrive under this influence. You may feel the need to make deep bonds and foster a sense of belonging and togetherness in your life, in your relationships, including everybody, not leaving anyone out, making everyone feel equal, making everyone feel welcome and loved and appreciated. This is the gift of this time. It's the generosity that we have to give. When we're operating from a full cup and we are overflowing our energy because we have so much of it that we can't live ourselves and contain all of it. So we spread that abundance out into the world. That's what happens when a cup gets full and it spills over. So that is very important. So we want to also focus on our goals and reflect who we are, what our values are, what our goals in life are, and are those goals right for you in a spiritual level, right to serve your highest good kind of thing. Now, that's not the only thing that's going on. We also have Venus and a beautiful supreme harmonious connection with Mars in the sign of Cancer. So Venus is in Pisces, Mars is in Cancer. Next week, Mars is going to move into Leo. Um, it is going to be moving still in its post-retrograde shadow time. We're going to talk about what Mars in Leo means because it's going to be there until June 17th. So we're going to talk about what Mars in Leo means for you personally as a transit of what it is all about. But so Venus trine Mars in water signs. This is about considering how your actions impact those around you, impact others around you. What you do has an impact on other people, be it positive or negative. You've thrown somebody's phone and it breaks. That is going to cost a dent in your relationship with somebody. Or let's say you help the person out by mowing their lawn. Then you receive back probably money, maybe, but you also receive appreciation. Maybe you receive gratitude, maybe you receive thanks, and the care and the likability because you are in that person's good graces and you've done something to really, really, I mean, I don't want to say earn that person's respect because respect should be given, it shouldn't be earned, but really, win someone over in a very way where they admire you or they like you in that kind of way because of your merit, because of what you have, done, because of that thing that you did, it has an impact. And so this is about communicating with empathy instead of with forcefulness, instead of forcing your ideas and being very, very dogmatic and forcing all of your ideas and all of your opinions at, very, very, on the person. You're really empathizing or saying it in a compassionate way, holding space for the other person to say their piece of the matter, holding space for love, holding space for um, empathy when you're communicating with kindness, being very, very strong in the points that you want to make, but communicating with understanding with empathy. And so this is good also to initiate relationships that have the potential for longevity and depth, initiating not shallow relationships, but very deep relationships that have the potential to go the distance, to have the potential to go very, very far into the future as a deep mutual bond. I want to explore these connections with an open-minded heart, really, really explore these connections open-mindedly, open-heartedly. And so it's good to evaluate what are your current emotions teaching you about your needs and aspirations. So how do you feel and what is it teaching you about what you need in your life and who you aspire to be? This is about delving into your feelings and learning from them. Going deep into your emotions, feeling them, benefiting from them in some kind of way. This is also good for pursuing others. Yeah, persuading others and of your viewpoints of what you want to prove. You're really, really getting somebody on your side, persuading them that, hey, I have this great idea, I have this great plan, and you use the language to persuade them of your wonderful idea. And then they fall for it and they're on your side and they were there to support you. This is also about communicating your vision in a way that unites and inspires others. So, how are you communicating? And is it bringing people together or separating, breaking people apart? Is it uniting or not? Um, and so could also be inspiring others to do great things, inspiring others to be on your side. You may find that you have the increased desire for social contact with people and enjoyment, engagement with people. You may feel like you want to engage in conversations. You want to meet certain people and have those kind of meaningful intellectual interactions with them. This is all about being genuinely interested in friendship for the companionship aspect of it, not for other aspects, but you're making your friends because you feel like you need a companion. You feel like you need someone to share your life with, to bounce ideas off, to have those, friend-like, uh, a friend-like relationship with them, whatever that means for you. And that this is good for discussing lingering tensions. Good to clear the air, get things off your chest, get on your soapbox, speak your truth, and clear the air. For there to be true peace and harmony, there has to be conflict, and there has to be honesty, and there has to be integrity in the matter. So you may also find that your creativity is stimulated. You may feel, more creative all of a sudden, like you want to, dance or paint or do something. However you define creativity for you, you may find that this feeling is just stimulated, just activated for you. And so this is good for sculpture and dance as well as redecorating a room, redecorating a house, probably. This is good for creating something of beauty that will bring you joy and meaning in your life. So, whatever that thing is, be it a pastry dish, be it a drawer, be it a dresser, be it a calendar that has beautiful pictures for the months that go. So these things which you define as beautiful, you're creating that beautiful, and it feels meaningful and fulfilling for you in your life. You also want to assert yourself with tact and sensitivity. So asserting yourself with confidence, but also with understanding the other person's feelings and experiences and holding space for them. Moving on to April 7th, we have Venus in direct conjunction with Saturn in Pisces. So what this means when we have Venus conjunct Saturn, Venus is what we value, what we love, what we appreciate in our lives. The yumminess, the pleasures of life. Saturn is discipline, structure, long-term commitments in relationships. We're talking about Venus conjunct Saturn here. It is also about time and the limitations of life. So when Venus is conjunct Saturn, we may find that maybe we have financial difficulties. Maybe we need to pay off a really, really huge debt or bill or, whatever it may be. But what this really comes down to is the value, the tremendous invaluable quality of long-term committed relationships, not one-night stands, not short-term, but long-term relationships that are stable and for your highest good to help you evolve, to help you grow for the long term. This is about mutual love, respect, and loyalty in relationships. Saturn can be pretty sort of Debbie Downer. It can, the conjunctions are sort of neutral. They highlight both the positive and negative aspects of the planets involved. And so the negative side of Saturn is really, really getting faced with the harsh reality of life and getting steamrolled by the universe in a way, getting the bus ran over you, and you're stuck with the debris that we have to deal with. And you're very, very negative, feeling very depressed and down about life. Humdrum low inequalities can really make themselves known at this time. So do be aware of that. And so you're more concerned with the serious matters of like you're feeling more stoic, more somber, more serious. There may be a heightened awareness of your vulnerabilities and fears around intimacy. So this is very important. This is about approaching these feelings with self-compassion, approaching your life with a sense of having compassion for yourself and others, with that understanding of really, really being there for the other person and really feeling your own feelings and also allowing space for them to feel their feelings. This is not, however, a reflection of your true capacity for empathy and love. That goes beyond this aspect. Art and music are great things to pursue at this time, whatever fosters genuine connections with those around you, whatever mediums those may be. This is great to engage in those subject matters and those activities. This is about avoiding making hasty decisions or drastic changes. Saturn likes to plan things out. Saturn is all about, is this going to be sustainable for the long term? And for that requires a lot of preparation, a lot of deliberate, slow actions to put that plan in place, and then you initiate it, and the building stays up. The building does not get destroyed by a plane potentially. It's sturdy, it's stable, its foundation is solid, it cannot be broken. So Saturn is all about creating stable foundations for ourselves and laying those under ourselves. So that's what this is all about. So this is about not making hasty choices, not just jumping into things impulsively, or making, drastic changes. This is really, really about planning things out and considering very, very carefully before you make a choice, before you take action. And so this is about ensuring that your relationships are well thought out. So, choosing to be with the person that is right for you. If it doesn't feel right for you, then it's not meant to be for you. You're not meant to be with this person. This is about you developing a deeper understanding of your needs and boundaries in relationship, honoring your needs and boundaries. This is about honoring not only your needs, but also somebody else's needs additionally. So honoring both. This is about setting boundaries and self-care, which can lead to more balanced relationships and harmonious relationships. So, when your boundaries are strong, when you take care of yourself, when you put yourself first, and when you take care of yourself first before you help another person, you will find that your relationships are more balanced and they're actually harmonious, not fake harmony. Um, so that is really the high root of the evolution of eras only breed is co-independence. This is all about balance, giving and receiving. How much are you giving? Are you giving too much? Or are you not giving enough? Evaluating that and see where you can take action to make a change and whatever. Is it giving that's off balance or is it receiving that's way off kilter, way off balance? So, evaluating that and bringing those two into balance is very, very important. On the 7th, we have Mercury going direct. This is great news. So we get clarity, we get intuitive clarity because Mercury is in Pisces, a very intuitive sign. So with Mercury in Pisces, with Mercury stationing direct in Pisces, this is all about intuition and imagination. We're really, really thinking about it this time. This is about delving into your subconscious realms. That's what this can be, really, really delving deep into your subconscious, into your unconscious. This is about unsettling, the unearthing the whispers of your innermost thoughts and feelings, and getting in tune with your intuitive whispers. Not that you have to go out and get the intuitive whispers oracle deck, of which I have, and it's a great idea to do so because that deck can really get you in tune with what your intuition is sort of telling you the message that it's giving you. I highly recommend that you do that because, I love collecting Oracle cards and I love everything Oracle card, related. Um, but obviously, you don't have to, but really, really open yourself up to the intuitive whispers of your soul. And so you want to question the boundaries of your reality. Um, see, are those boundaries too rigid? How are these boundaries limiting you, keeping you from merging with the divine or doing, dreaming big and going after big visions? This is all about also having supremely harmonious spiritual connections with others, connecting with somebody on a soul to soul level, not an ego self level, not a five sensory level, but a six sensory level. This is all about using your intuitive gifts to foster connection and understanding. This is about allowing compassion to guide you in your relationships. So being compassionate in your relationships is what it's come down to. Now, the next day, on April 8th, we have Mercury in a trine with Mars. So Mercury is about communication. It is about thinking, speaking, sharing ideas, messaging systems, networks. Mars is action, energy, assertion, and drive. It's the gas in your fuel tank. So with Mercury in a trine with Mars, this is about being very decisive when it comes to making plans decisively, not indecisively, not half-assed, but really, really making plans very, very solid. Um, and you're very confident in the plan that you decide to go with, and you've taken, the last day of Saturn really making you consider like, is this sustainable for the long term? Now you're feeling the energy to actually initiate the plans with this aspect. So this brings about a sense of adventure as well. We're feeling more adventurous. We're feeling like we want to travel to new places and those kinds of things like that. We may feel confidence and a sense of craving adventure. And so this is all about focus, concentration in your thoughts and plans, which make it an ideal condition for studies, for, just studying, whatever you want to study. So, this is all about, um, really, really getting very, very focused in your concentration in your thoughts with what you want to study. And so, this is also about being honest and direct, being very, very straightforward, very, very blunt, getting right to the point. So that is very, very important. So, your communication is more direct. It's not vague. It's very, very clear. This is what I want. This is the point that I want to make. So that is what this is all about. This way of thinking and communicating is wonderful for debating and public speaking. Really, really communicating your piece and your points confidently. This is great for defending the points that you want to make with the power of persuasion. You may find that your mind is sharper than it otherwise might be, and there is an enhanced ability to focus on your objective, to have a goal, to have a plan, and you are focused on that plan, focused on that goal. You're, committed to that path in that direction. This is wonderful for accomplishing tasks that require a lot of mental strain, a lot of mental effort on your part that requires your mind to be a certain mode to really, really apply yourself mentally to that thing and do that thing with enthusiasm on the intellectual plane. So this is about also having the confidence to tackle your to-do list and check off those things off your list with determination and enthusiasm. So that's what you can find at this time as something very, very up in the charts for you to pursue. You may find you have a lot of mental clarity and you may use it to advance your personal and professional projects. It's both and here, not either or. And so, um, mental clarity is what this comes down to ultimately in the end. You may find that your approach is more methodical, which can be helpful to bringing your aspirations within reach, and it also provides a clear roadmap to follow. This is also good for any business negotiations. If you have that going on, it's a great day for that. It's a great day to have a meeting, very, very productive in that sense. Getting details firmed up with somebody. Communicating your ideas with confidence is also very just steal from this aspect, but also being open to others' perspectives. Communicating your ideas with confidence, but also being open-minded to other people's perspectives and what they have to say equally. So that's what we need to remember here. We also need to think about really, really being conscious of stimulation, keeping ourselves stimulated, keeping our body active, physically moving, physically doing all those kind of things like that. This is about engaging in physical activities um, when you're down, which can give you a sense of calm. Um, so, um, when you want to, do physical activities, or you're going to feel a sense of calm, a sense of peace, a sense of energy and vitality after you do them, or you're going to feel, like crap, exhausted, or, whatever. So that's worth considering. And this also presents tremendous energy and motivation to read, write, and share your thoughts. You have huge intellectual energy and motivation to to do all of these intellectual like things. Very, very huge. Another aspect we have going on is that we have Venus in sextile with Uranus. So this is very, very positive energy. It's all about making breakthroughs in art or creative works of any kind because Venus rules the arts and creativity. You may have a unique fashion style. That could be one possibility with this. This is good for making friends also. So that can go really, really well for you. It's important to have a relationship where you and the other person are very, very free, are very liberated and independent and self-sufficient, where they don't like being smothered or controlled by the other person. So developing that kind of relationship is very, very important for you. Um, they do their bit, you do your bit. This is about breaking free from your routines. So getting out of your routine, trying something new, trying something unconventional, doing something that your soul hasn't done before. Taking a different drive, or starting a new Zazel point, or probably knitting and crocheting if you don't, usually do that, or coloring a wall blue, whatever color you want to color it. Doing something that is totally different, off your ballpark, off your routine, that can be tremendous for you now. This is all about seeking out fresh experiences, fresh and new experiences. This is all about putting more dynamism in your life, making your life more dynamic. You want to also create a sense of trust and openness in your life. So, creating that sense in your life is very, very huge. There's trust and openness going on. This is all about enjoying the moment with its spontaneity, being spontaneous in the moment. Now, on April 10th, we have Mars in a trine aspect to the North Node in Pisces at 27 degrees of Cancer in Pisces. Mars is in Cancer at 27 degrees, the North Node's in Pisces at the same degree. So, this is a trine. This is all about having a very, very clear sense, a very decisive sense of where you want to go, what you want to do, what you want to achieve, how your soul wants to grow. That's the benefit from this. So we're talking about very, very similar themes of confidence, knowing what you want, knowing how to get it. And you have the sort of I want to say the nerve to go out and achieve that thing. So, um, this is all about acting independently and following your passion. That's what this is also about. Being independent, being self-sufficient, following what lights you up, fulfilling your purpose as well. Obstacles on your path will not deter you. So if you come across any obstacle, any challenge, any roadblock, any kazili, then it will it will really, really not, take away from your path. It will just be a test that the universe is saying, are you really sure that you want this? So this can create destiny and growth paths. This is about taking decisive actions in pursuit of long-term goals and personal growth. So being very, very decisive in your actions when it comes to pursuing this is very, very huge. This is great for initiating new endeavors, and you may have the courage and confidence to pursue what lies in your destiny. Now, April 12th, this is a big day. Venus goes direct. So, this marks a point in the Venus retrograde season where, again, clarity of relationships, clarity of our values, the buyer's remorse may come in, or during Venus retrograde, you may have had a very, very different sense of fashion or taste or value. And now when Venus goes direct, you may either feel so good about yourself that you invested in that, or you may feel the remorse of having a yellow coat when you usually wear a black coat. And so that may come in, and I don't think that I'm going to be having that because from the time that Venus went retrograde, from before Venus went retrograde, one of my top values has been collecting Oracle cards, and it still is collecting Oracle cards. So I think that I'm good. But so Venus goes direct in the sign of Pisces, which is all about delving deep into the currents of your emotional landscape. Really, really delving into these things very, very hugely. This is about embracing energies that remind you of your creativity, being very, very creative, being very artistic. Exploring the hidden realms of your desires and connections are very, very huge with this. This is all about following your intuition, guiding you toward authentic relationships and artistic expressions. So, when it comes to your desires, when it comes to your goals, you want to ground them in the tangible physical world. You want to manifest those actions and those, desires into actual action and actual physical things that you do. You may find that you have a lot of clarity, which clarity, by the way, is discernment between determining what really matters to you, what you value, and what you don't value. So clarity can come out when it comes to your values when Venus goes direct. Okay, everybody, that is your astrology horoscope for the week of April 6th. Thank you for tuning in. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. It really, really helps me out when you like the video. It helps the algorithm get the video to more people. That way more people can see this. So I really encourage you to click that like button, and click the notification bell as you depart from this video so that you don't miss an upload from me. And bye for now.